All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Today we're talking everything dental and vision. So if you guys have any dental and vision questions, I mean, I already got one from on multiple carriers that I'm going to ask later, but I have asked Lori from Ameritas, which is the preferred carrier that I like using for dental and vision. Super easy to work with. And I have one gripe, but that's on the contracting side. You know, I can always, that's not for you guys. But outside of that, great carrier to work with. I'm going to let her talk about the plan and all the benefits. And you guys just type your questions away, and I will ask her throughout our chat here. But guys, this is your time to get it straight from the horse's mouth. Not that I'm calling you a horse, Lori, but straight from you. So don't be shy and ask questions. So Lori, it is all yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you guys heard it. I think he did call me a horse. I think. But this will be exciting. And thank you all for jumping in on this training to learn a little bit more about Ameritas Individual Dental and Vision. So right now, just double checking. Can you see my slideshow?
Yes, we got it.
And do you see just one? You don't see the junk on the left, correct?
I do.
You just.
Yeah, you're not on presentation mode. I see your slides on the left too.
Oh, okay. So here, slideshow. Going to beginning. Why is that not?
There we go. We'll make it work.
Is that better?
That's plenty good for us.
Perfect. Whoops. There. And I apologize, since we've done a few computer upgrades, I'm not sure exactly always what we can all see. Does that look okay right now on your end?
Yes, it does.
Okay, perfect. Well, good morning, everyone. And again, happy Tuesday. My name is Lori Terry. I have been with Ameritas over 13 years. I recently moved from the group division into wholesale. So now this is what I focus on, 100% individual dental and vision. So today, put your seatbelts on. We're going to go through this information pretty quickly. We'll have time for questions. And I am going to assume that everyone has kind of a basic understanding of dental and vision. But if this presentation is too much, and you want a one-on-one or, just to bring it back a little bit, please let me know. If it is, Oh, I see a question coming through already. Awesome. So I just want to make sure that I'm talking to you and so that you're understanding it at your level of understanding. So basically, our agenda today is why standalone dental vision, what's new at Ameritas, why Ameritas. We're going to review our plan designs, talk about some tools for you as agents, as well as for your members, and then also our quoting system. So let's get started here. Basically, why standalone? And is that, and I apologize, Luis, is that popping up on the screen a lot? The chat, the toolbar? Or is that on mine?
I'm not seeing that at all. It's on your side.
Okay, perfect. So basically, why standalone? And, if you don't ask the question, someone else could ask the question, come in, write that business, and potentially take other lines of coverage away from you for that client. So it's just asking the simple question. Are you interested in dental? Do you have dental vision? And asking the question, and I can guarantee you will start to solicit positive response. Our plans are perfect for anyone who's 18 or older. To be their own policy holder, they have to be 18 years of age, but it's also perfect for individuals that are over 65. Now, can someone under 18 be on the plan? Absolutely. They just have to be on a parent and underneath a parent or on a family plan. And by offering standalone dental vision, should that client ever change their health plan, for example, the more you bundle then when someone moves that main line of coverage, now you need to find all new lines of coverage as well. So when things are tied, it can be harder to move, but when you have standalone, you just don't have the disruption for dental vision for your client. Detect, obviously, this is, I'm talking to the choir here, but you all understand the importance of detecting health issues early on, whether it would be diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease. People don't always run into their doctors now like they used to, just with high deductibles. But by going in for a dental or a vision exam, there's a chance you may detect something going on in your body. And then after that, follow up with your doctor. We know that it's tough, whether you have children or whether you are single going to work. It is very hard to learn if you're a child who has blurry vision or a toothache or a cavity. Likewise, as adults, it's really hard if we need a root canal or an implant, or we have blurry vision going into work. So it's going to increase learning and productivity for kids, for adults, and as a result, add value to their lives and to their family. And when you're adding value, I can guarantee they'll be talking about you in the community, which will increase a positive reputation on your end and also convert into referrals.
Hey, Lori,
so we're going to talk about,
Lori, I'm going to add one thing. Guys, when you do dental within a plan, problem I've seen, they get a little pissy with their dental. Well, there goes not only the dental, but that plan that it's tied to. So I like separating it, okay, especially in the ACA market. I see a lot of you guys asking me, well, I can add dental to this plan, and you can, but the problem is good luck trying to find a network for that plan that's with that ACA provider. I have a lot of trouble with it. I'm like, who takes, like, for example, I'm going to throw out Ambetter. Who takes the Ambetter dental? And try to go find a network. It becomes a little bit of a pain in the butt. So I agree with you, Lori, in that separating it for multiple reasons. And also, when you bundle the dental with the ACA plan, within that ACA plan, you don't receive any extra commission, guys. And I don't know about you guys, but I like making money. So I'm sure you guys are in the same boat. So always offer standalone. Go ahead, Lori.
Absolutely. And that's the second bullet point, is it adds up. Sometimes people look and say, well, it's just a dental plan. It's just a vision plan. How much am I really going to make? Well, I can tell you that I have a brand new agent that just started selling individual dental and vision in December of last year. He sent me a picture of his commission check, and his commission check is just under $1,000. So in December and in January, he rocked it, and he said, you are almost paying for my mortgage right now. So I promise it does add up. It does add up. And we're going to talk about the producer portal of how you can track and manage your book of business as well. So why Ameritas? We have been in dental and vision for many years. Dental since 1959, vision since 1984. So this is not our first rodeo. This is not our first dance. This is what we specialize. This is our bread and butter, dental and vision. We have product available in all 50 states. We have a great network, and we have some unique products for your clients. So when we created products, and we're going to talk about those in a couple minutes, we have focused on product simplicity. We know that even though dental and vision is pretty exciting stuff, you probably don't want to spend 8 hours explaining a dental or a vision plan to your client. So we boiled it down to 3 simple dental plans, 2 vision plans. Product simplicity. You're going to know in the first 20 to 30 seconds which plan is best for your client. And as long as they have their banking information, once you know the plan, they have their banking, you can get them enrolled in less than 3 minutes. It is very simple. But with simplicity, you don't want to give up on value either. So that's why we've included implant coverage and hearing and LASIK and teeth whitening, preventive plus child ortho. We've added value into all of our dental plans as well. Now, not to say every plan has all of these benefits, but we're going to look at the plans and see the value in each one of them. And again, ease of enrollment, everything's online. They can enroll today and have coverage tomorrow, next day benefits. So they enroll today, they can have coverage as early as tomorrow. They don't have to wait till the 15th of the month or the 1st of the month. They can have coverage tomorrow, go in and have benefits. Or you can quote 90 days out, up to 90 days out. And 2 of our 3 plans do not have waiting periods on type 1, type 2, type 3, which are preventive, basic, and major. And all of our plans are zip code rated, meaning if someone is 18 years of age, if someone is 65, if someone is 150 years old, the rate will be the same. It's all zip code. It's not age rated. We don't ask how many teeth do you have? When's the last time you flossed? It's all zip code rated. So network, we're going to talk about network quite a bit, but these plans are meant to steer members towards our network, the Ameritas network. It's not a DHMO where if they go out of network, they have 0 coverage. But if they go out of network, we don't know how much that dentist is charging for procedures. So we don't know what they could potentially be billed. We do know if they go in network, no balance bill, providers have to file a claim on the member's behalf into Ameritas, and they're eligible for deep discounts by going in network. So our network here has, and you'll see, over 582,000 access points, 131,000 unique providers. So what does this mean? If you have one dentist, his name, for example, Bob Smith, Dr. Smith has 10 office locations. We are going to count all 10 of those office locations, and that is where you get the access point count. So 582 is Dr. Smith, but all 10 of his office locations. But if we just talk about Dr. Smith as being one person, one provider, unique provider, that is where we have over 131,000 unique providers, or 93,000 locations, unique locations for care. That is what the numbers mean. And we have one of the largest networks in the country. We also have providers in Mexico. And by going to someone in our network, this is the real value for the member because they've agreed to a specific fee schedule. And so members will be receiving 25 to 50% savings, making their annual max stretch further by going to someone in network. And again, member flexibility. If they go out of network, they're not going to have 0 coverage. We will help for eligible claims, but we just don't know what the balance bill could be. Now, vision, we're unique. Ameritas offers 2 different vision plans, VSP Choice, iMed Select, and we're going to talk about these plans in just a couple minutes. So, dental overview, we have 3 different plans. The first one is our total, second is our access, third is our value. So let's look at each one of these in a little bit of detail. So here's the total plan. It was geared towards the senior, the 65 plus market. It has a little higher annual max. You'll see 2,000 annual max day 1. So they enroll today. Tomorrow, each person in the plan would have 2,000 annual max per benefit year, not calendar year, per benefit year. After 12 months, it bumps up to 2,500. Our plans, all 3 of them include Preventive Plus, meaning any type 1 claim, exams, cleanings, bite wings, do not count against that 2,000 annual max. So type 1 claims are in addition to that 2,000 annual max. Our deductible, there's a $0 deductible on type 1, a $50 deductible on type 2 or 3 with a family max of $150. Our deductible and Preventive Plus are the same on all 3 of our plans. Preventive Plus, deductible are the same on all 3 of our plans. So you'll see here, they enroll today. Tomorrow they go in 100% coinsurance for type 1, 80% type 2, 20% type 3. No waiting periods, day 1 coverage. After 12 months, it bumps up to 190, 50% coinsurance. There is a hearing exam. They can go to any hearing provider. We cover up to $75 towards that hearing exam. And they have day 1 hearing aid benefits, $200 per ear the first 12 months, then it bumps up to $300 per ear, then $400 per ear. Now, even though I said this was geared towards the 65 plus market, if you know someone who has a child, and it could be a baby because there's no age limits on hearing aids, this would be a perfect plan for someone who has a child who also needs hearing aids. So even though it was geared towards the senior market, anyone can enroll in any of our plans. And notice in major, we do include crowns, bridges, dentures, implants. Now, the only state that does not offer hearing is New Hampshire, and the only state that does not offer preventive plus is Florida. But that is the total plan. Now, the access plan was created with that younger family in mind because we offer LASIK, teeth whitening, child ortho. But you'll see day 1 is 1,000 annual max. After 12 months, it bumps up to 2,000. Again, preventive plus and deductible are the same on all 3 of our plans. But you'll notice coinsurance. The first 12 months, in-network versus out-of-network. In-network is 165.20. Out-of-network, 80.45.10. But after 12 months, the coinsurance levels bump up. But there are in and out-of-network coinsurance. It's not a DHMO. You would have coverage if you go out-of-network. You'll see child ortho, day 1 coverage, under the age of 19, 15% coinsurance the first 12 months, then it bumps up to 50% with a lifetime max of 1,000. As well as LASIK. You have $125 to use towards LASIK per eye the first 24 months, and then it bumps up to $250. Now, the only thing with LASIK is that you cannot have the same eye done twice, and you do not have to have both eyes done the same day. You could have your right eye done tomorrow, but then 3 years from now, you could have your left eye done. So that is the access plan. And then the value plan is our most cost-effective plan. It has a flat annual max, $750 per person enrolled on the plan. Again, preventive plus deductible are the same for all 3 of our plans. But you'll notice the coinsurance is $90.50 the first 12 months, and then it bumps up to $180.15 after that. Again, no preventive plus in Florida, but Florida also says you can't have a 12-month wait on major. So there's only a 6-month wait on major in Florida, and then it bumps up to the 15%. So those are the 3 plans. So now, credit for prior coverage. Credit for prior coverage means that if you have a client who has a fully insured dental plan and from another carrier, it can be a group plan, it can be an individual plan, but if they've had a plan for at least 12 months without a gap in coverage of more than 2 months, when they enroll in one of our plans, at the end, we're going to ask, what is your policy number, who is the carrier, and what was your termination date? And what that means is that they can come in at year 2 coinsurance levels. So if someone comes in, they're applying for credit for prior coverage, it means they would day 1 on the total plan have 2,000 annual max, but instead of 180.20, they would come in at 190.50 coinsurance. The hearing exam remains the same. The hearing aid benefit remains the same. It's $200 per ear day 1, but it's the coinsurance that bumps up to year 2 or after coinsurance levels. Likewise, on the access plan, Your annual max day one credit for prior coverage would be at 1,000. And the LASIK and child ortho would stay year one, 15% coinsurance and $125 per eye for LASIK. But your coinsurance would come in at 180/50 in network or 80/60/30 out of network. And likewise on the value plan, someone who's eligible for credit for prior coverage would come in at 180/15, not 90/50/0. So you'll see on this slide, there's some states listed in black at the bottom of this slide. Currently, they are not on CPC at this time. But on March 28th, 2023, from today at Central Time, the states in red are going to offer credit for prior coverage. Now, the states that are in gray or black right above that are underlined, New Mexico, New York, Washington, they still at this time will not be offering credit for prior coverage. But it's a big launch coming on March 28th that we are very excited about. Now, if someone applies, say they applied February 1st, they cannot cancel their coverage and then re-enroll on the 28th and come in with credit for prior coverage. They cannot enroll on March 15th with a April 1st effective date and have credit for prior coverage. In order to have credit for prior coverage, it has to be after that date and time, the 28th at 7 p.m. Central Time, in order to be eligible for credit for prior coverage. So with that, I am going to just stop. Any questions on that? That was a lot of information, short amount of time.
I'm gonna hit you up here. Okay, so Aaron, that did answer your prior coverage there. So is it only group prior that this comes into play, or can it be another individual plan that they had?
That's a great question. It can be another individual plan, but note it has to be a fully insured dental plan. Someone cannot come on or apply for credit for prior coverage thinking that they had dental in their Medicare Advantage plan, and that counts. Med Advantage plans do not count as credit for prior coverage. Discount plans do not count as credit for prior coverage. And DHMO plans do not count as credit for prior coverage. A fully insured group or individual is what qualifies.
Okay, and then will you explain, I know the DMOs, can you explain what a DMO is?
You may be very familiar with HMOs in the medical world. If you have an HMO, if you sell someone a medical HMO plan, that means that they are agreeing to go to the medical providers in that network. If they go out of network, you have 0% coverage unless it's an emergency. And I'm simplifying everything, but basically with an HMO, you know where you're going to go to seek care. And if you go out of network, no coverage. The same with the DHMO. It's a dental HMO, meaning that if you go in network, great, you have coverage. If you go out of network, you have 0% coverage. Does that help?
Yes, and they're usually the very, very low price plans. They're
correct.
So just kind of be aware. Now, are you guys? I know agents are going to be agents. All right, I've been around this for a long time. Are you guys going to go in there when you plug in? They plug in this policy, or maybe the agents. Let's just play the agent didn't know, but they plug it in and they put the policy number, the carrier name, and termination date. Are you guys going to go verify that it was not a DHMO?
Ameritas, we do not have the people power to go in and confirm every single one. We're just asking, put forth a good Samaritan, good faith effort with policy number, carrier name, termination date. But that being said, should something come up and all of a sudden day one, someone is going to be maxing out their whole benefit, Ameritas reserves the right to go back to verify with that carrier with the policy number before paying a claim. So are they going to do everyone? No. Will they do some spot audit checks? Yes.
Got it. I'm tracking. Okay, this is coming from Agent Gary. How are deep cleanings considered? Are they falling under type 1 or 2 or 3?
No, it would be underneath your periodontal cleaning. Yeah, it's not going to be type 1. Deep cleanings would not be type 1.
So that would fall under type 3, Gary. All right, so let's get in there. Okay, from Agent Constance. Are there any plans with more than a $2,000 maximum?
We have the total plan, which after 12 months bumps up to 2,500. That would be the only plan with over a 2,000 annual max. But any claim in type 1, so they go in for exams, cleanings, bite wings, which is about a $500 value per member, that does not count against the 2,500 or the 2,000. So it increases the value benefit of an annual max. But when we see utilization and usage as a whole, about 17% of our members, because we track this, go above a $750 annual max generally. So do we have higher? Could we? Yes. We just don't want to price individuals with something so benefit rich and not ever be able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I've seen them. Now I answer that, Constance. I've seen some out there with 5,000. I think there's some plan out there for 10 grand. When you go and price them, they're expensive. And don't think that they're going to have day one $10,000 coverage. So they're going to ease into that 10,000. And so, or that 5,000. So you just kind of be aware. But yeah, they're going to get up there in price. It's not going to be the same price as what these plans. Let's go to Agent Matt. Just confirming, did you say that in Florida, a dental plan can only have a 6-month wait for major, not 12?
Correct. So that's on the value plan. The other plans, total access, there's no wait. You have day one coverage on major. The value is the only plan that has a 12-month wait, but in Florida, it's only a 6-month wait. Correct.
Well, there we go. Something positive for Florida. We'll give them something. Why not? Okay. Mandy is asking, are there any providers in Puerto Rico?
We do not. We have some in Mexico, but not at this time in Puerto Rico.
Sorry, Mandy. All right. Okay. All right. So one of the things that I do, guys, when we do this value, the total, and the access, I like to present it as good, better, best. Okay. So they've got the 3 different plans with a budget from your insured that you can pick on. Me personally, if it's under 65 and they got kids, I like to use the middle plan. I think that's the total plan. Is that right? When we quote this, the total's not for seniors. Is that right, Lori? I'm
sorry, you cut out 1 second. Can you say that again?
The total plan, when we're pricing, that's the middle price plan, right? The access is the more expensive plan.
No, the total plan is the most expensive, okay. Then the access, then the value. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. So I got an agent on a personal here telling me, well, which one do you use for ACA? So when you quote, and we're going to quote here in a little while, you'll get the less expensive one, a middle one, and then the most expensive one. For ACA, I use the one in the middle. Typically, these people have kids, and that's the one that has orthodontics. So if they're not coming to me with orthodontics and no kids, but they want more coverage, then I'll go with the more expensive one, which is the third one. So, and you'll see what I'm talking about here on the quote feature.
And as a whole, Luis, just as a quick side note, the middle plan, the access, is our most popular. That's 51% of our business is written through access. Then the total plan is the second most popular with about 30, just under 35%, and then value.
Gotcha. Agent Constance, yes, let me tell you here. Okay, so no, you definitely want to bundle. Okay, what I was saying there is some carriers on the ACA market have plans that include dental. Now, all of them, just so you know, have pediatric dental. Okay, and it's a piece of crap. All it is, it's a checkup. If you read the specifics on it, at least in my state, in Texas, it is just a checkup. That's it. All right. Now, it looks to the insured, oh, I have dental. No. Let them know that they only have a checkup and that's it. Okay. So that's just why you want to bundle a standalone plan. Now, some carriers will offer you like $1,000 of dental and you pay a little bit more of a premium, but you're not going to get any commission on that additional premium you're collecting. You're still going to get paid your same ACA commission schedule or whatever that is. So I'm not only am I thinking about them, but I'm also thinking about me, so, hey, I'm going to offer a standalone dental plan, just like what we're talking about here. Papito, can a person combine benefits for a service? So let's say there's a Medicare Advantage plan that has $1,000 allowance, and then now you offer the total plan that has $2,500. Can they get the 1,000 and the 2,500, Lori?
Yeah, Ameritas on our individual plans, we do not coordinate benefits. We do not coordinate benefits. We will always pay as primary. So do we get a lot of people that with an MA plan, because they tend to be a little more scaled back or not as big a network, not as great of benefits. And so we do get a lot of people that are enrolled in an MA plan and then also enroll in an Ameritas plan as well. So yes, you can benefit, but then that provider cannot charge twice. It's up to the provider to watch it, but we always pay primary.
Yes. And remember, guys, if you're selling a MedSup, they usually have no dental. Okay, they may have a discount plan that it comes with, but I don't see an actual dental plan on MedSups. So this is something you definitely should be offering your clientele that you're selling a MedSup to.
Absolutely.
All right, Lori, let's continue. We got about a half hour left, so let's rock and roll with this.
So some questions that you want to consider with dental, and you know the answers now to all these questions. We just talked about it. How strong is the network? What are average savings? The benefits of a network? How soon can you start coverage? Do you cover important procedures like implants? Talk to me about the waiting periods, credit for prior coverage, how much coverage you need, and are they available in your state? So those are some questions that when you're meeting with someone, you're going to have the answers and you can just address them as you're meeting with them. This is also a great slide. And I know a lot of people that print this off and they laminate it and they have it in front of them when they meet with clients. And you'll see when I'm going to send this PowerPoint to Luis afterwards and he can share with you, but you'll see there it's live links, share with members. So you can click on and print and have a copy. But let's look at the light gray column where it says Crown. And the first on the far left, the cost without insurance for a Crown. And this is looking at the 553 zip code, which is up in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. The cost of a Crown in Minneapolis-St. Paul in that particular zip code runs about $1,400 without insurance. So now they enroll in your plan, they go in for a Crown tomorrow. Someone in our network, that Crown is going to cost $642 because they have next day coverage and they have no wait on type 1, type 2, or type 3. And this is looking at the total plan. So they'd have 20% coinsurance. So day one, look at the value for your client. Now, if they come in with credit for prior coverage or they've been on the plan for over 12 months, now that Crown is going to cost $402. So a 71% savings, all within a matter of one day, credit for prior coverage, or after 12 months. So this can be a powerful slide to show the value, because how many times does someone, or if you've been told, well, I just work out a deal with my dentist. Well, you know from the previous slide, by going to someone in network, members are going to receive a 25 to 50% discount, a fee schedule that they've agreed upon with Ameritas, there are not very many providers that are going to say, you know what, you don't have insurance, but I'll give you a 25 to 50% discount. Maybe a 5%, maybe a little bit of a discount for paying the same day, but this is the value of seeking care at a network provider. Now we talk about providers. So when you look up providers, you're going to want to, in this, it says find a provider at the top of the slide, but in our system, it says find a health provider, because we know the benefits of overall health and well-being between your mouth and your overall health. So find a health provider. You plug in a zip code, and you're going to want to look at the classic network, the classic network. There'll be a drop down, choose classic. Now note, when you run and then push enter and it brings up all the providers, our search will stop at 200. That's so that someone doesn't put downtown Chicago, ends up with 1,800 providers. They go to print the list and they can't get their printer to stop printing. So we stop at 200. From there, you just have to whittle. Maybe instead of 50-mile radius, you whittle it to 20 or 10 or 5 or 2. And when you pull up providers, anyone that pulls up is going to be an Ameritas provider. We update this every single night. But when you see someone's name in green, these are providers who've agreed to the deepest discounts. So it just means if your client has a lot of work that they need to have done and they're looking for providers, steer them towards someone in green. Their annual max will stretch further. So those are providers, and that is the dental. And ready to start on vision. Luis, any questions or before going to vision?
You know what? Let's hit two. Let's tackle two here real quickly. LASIK and implants. Give me a little explanation on those two again.
LASIK is only available on the access plan. There are age limits to that because obviously someone who's 13 years old, their eyes are still changing. You have to be an eligible candidate for that. And but you can go to any provider, you submit the claim, Ameritas will reimburse you for eligible expenses. Implants, Ameritas covers the full implant, the crown, the root, and it's available on the total and access plan. Now, we do not require pre-authorization for any claims, but I strongly encourage you, if you're meeting with your client, to suggest that to avoid any surprises, if they know they need to have a lot of work done, that they ask their provider to submit that into Ameritas to pre-authorize. And when you pre-authorize, then it's good for 6 months. And so then you'd be locked into, that amount. But we don't require pre-authorization, but it can avoid surprises after the fact. And implants are covered in type 3.
Beautiful. And what about some of these seniors that snowbird? They're in one state up north, and in the wintertime they go down to Florida. Any issues with?
No, they should plug in with the address, that they live in at least, 50% or more out of the year, run a proposal, and you can go to anyone in our network. So even if you lived in Wisconsin, but you're in Florida for X number of months during the year, you can see providers in Florida or up in Wisconsin. I would just encourage someone to find someone in our network, whether it's in Florida or Wisconsin. Okay.
Perfect. All right. That's for the.
Okay. So vision, just like dental, we have no waiting periods on the vision. You can sell vision standalone, or you can with the dental alongside dental. A member could enroll in dental only, vision only, or dental and vision. And we have networks for the vision as well. So VSP, it's the VSP choice plan. So if you go to VSP.com, look at choice, you'll be able to pull up providers in the network. You'll see that this is our high plan because it's a 12-12-12 contract. Every 12 months, someone's eligible for a new eye exam. Every 12 months, lenses or contacts. Every 12 months, frames. There is a deductible for exams plus hardware, but you'll see if they go in network how lenses are covered in full versus out of network. And there's a $150 frame allowance or contact allowance in network, and then how some of the bells and whistles like anti-reflective or scratch resistant are covered in network where there's no coverage out of network. Now, opposite of that, our low plan would be IMED. This is a 12-24-24 contract. So you still get an exam every 12 months, but lenses and contacts only every 24 months, frames every 24 months, where the VSP was 12-12-12. You'll see there at the top of that, 12-12-12 versus 12-24-24. Still, there's a deductible for exam and hardware, but again, lenses are covered in full in network versus out, and the frame and contact allowance is $130 on this plan, and how some of the other bells and whistles are covered in network versus out of network. So again, imed.com, go to select, VSP.com, go to choice. There will be some crossover between providers, but VSP is more of your independent providers. IMED tends to be more of your retail providers, but there is some crossover back and forth. But again, when you're talking with your client, you're going to want to ask, well, how often do you get new lenses or contacts? If they say every year, well, you don't want to talk to them about IMED, talk to them about VSP. Or who do you seek care from? Or what is your budget? Those are some questions to help whittle down which plan is going to be best for that person. So, any questions on vision?
No, the one thing I tell when I'm marketing vision, guys, is I tell them, hey, how often do you want to go get glasses? Okay, if they're good with every 2 years. So the less expensive plan, the one that gives you glasses or contacts every 24 months. But I do get people like, I like to go get mine every year. By 1 year, my lenses are popping out, they're bent. I mean, I've tried to straighten them out. So I like to update mine every year. So you've got to make sure that you go with the second plan, the one with the VSP network. It is a little pricier. I think it's like $6 more a month, but you know, I think it's well worth it.
So now I'm going to move on to some tools for you as agents, and I'm going to go through this very quickly. Again, you're going to have this PowerPoint, but I do want to get to the agent marketing site. So the agent, we have a producer portal. Once you are appointed with Ameritas, once you're appointed, you can enroll in the producer portal. Here's where you can view commission statements, see your block of business, order ID cards for your clients, look up providers. That is the producer portal. And we're going to talk about the agent marketing site. This is the biggest thing, Luis, I want to talk about as the agent marketing site. And then also our Sales Connect team. If you have questions about, if you have a member that asks a little more in-depth question, send it to salesconnect@ameritas.com. If you have someone who applied for coverage and they're not sure if it came through or not, email salesconnect@ameritas.com. They have English line, they have Spanish line, online chat. This is your go-to for any questions, just about any detailed plan information, etc. They're amazing. And if they don't know the answer, they can forward it on to someone or get you to the right person. So salesconnect@ameritas.com. Member support, once you have a client enroll, within an hour, they are able to go in and to create an account. They can print ID cards, view their certs, everything. So member support, they can create, and there's a slide right there, a sheet that you can copy, paste, send to them to create their own account, and follow EOBs, everything. Our claim center, everyone says they have great claim centers and claim support. We really do. We've won awards. It's now 16 years in a row. We have Spanish multilingual interpretation services. The award that we've won is based on metrics of response time, resolution, first time call, etc. All of our call centers are in the United States, and you'll see there's the contact information for them as well. You can order ID cards by phone, member, or you can do it for your client right here. Some resources for enrollment. Selling is easy. Remember I said it's all zip code rated. So once you get appointed with Luis, you're going to get, and he submits their appointment paperwork and it gets into Ameritas. Ameritas is going to send you a welcome letter. In that welcome letter will be your unique URL link. With that unique URL link, you can copy, paste, post, share on social media, put it in a signature line in your email. You can create a QR code, which is always better on printed materials. You can use your link however you want. That link is going to track all of your business. Always encourage people to apply on your link. Don't send them to our website, because if they apply there, we don't have any way to go back and give credit for that, because that's kind of a house account. And I don't want that. I want it to be on your link so you get credit for that. So when you click on the link, it's going to ask for your zip code. You push the zip code in, input the zip code, push enter. The next screen is going to say, do you need dental? Yes or no. Do you need vision? Yes or no. How many need coverage? And you put in the number. Now note here in the lower right-hand corner, website accessibility. If someone needs to make the font larger or change it, anything to make it easier to read, they can do that. Also, when you get your link in the upper right-hand corner, hover over where it says agent. It should have your information, which shows that everything is tracking back to you, so you get commission credit. So then once you push enter after answering those questions, dental, vision, yes, no, how many, you press enter. Here are the plans. They're going to pop up. Here's the value, the access, the total. You can email it to a client. You can share it. You can compare plans. You can hover over view plan details, and it's going to, give you the bread, the butter, the eggs of that plan. But that is how simple it is to run a proposal or a quote. And you can see here at the top, you can toggle from dental to vision as well. This is what it looks like to compare the plans. And once they've entered, they know which plan they want on your unique URL link. When they apply for the plan, they input their ACH information or their credit card information. You and your client will both get a confirmation email. If you don't, that's when you want to send an email to Sales Connect to say, Bob Smith on this day and time applied for coverage. Do you see it on your end? That has it happened? It has, but we have found out they have coverage, but that confirmation email is just a little checks and balances. So at the end, some information about Ameritas, about our products, a lot of resources for you. But I want to go back to, because I think that this is just the greatest thing since sliced bread. But any questions? I know I went through that pretty quick, but I really want to share this information.
Yep, I've got a couple. Okay, so we already covered the search. Okay, so if someone enrolls in a lower price plan and they want to upgrade to a more expensive plan using this credible coverage, what do you think? Not within Ameritas, right?
No, yeah. What you would want to do is have that person contact Sales Connect in person, and they will help them. They are going to help them. Sorry, as I'm like trying to figure out how to get this thing.
That's right.
They are going to want to work with someone from Sales Connect, and they will walk talking through, because that is a case-by-case situation.
Now, I'm going to share what happened with mine. I had somebody in that lower price dental plan, and then they found out that they had some dental work that they needed to do. We're like, well, now they want someone with more benefits. What Sales Connect told me was, yeah, we can enroll them in that new plan, but the timeline starts fresh.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
so they're not going to get the 50%. They're not going to go into year one. They're going to go into the immediate, where they get the 20% for the major.
Correct. Correct. And it depends on how long they've been enrolled in that plan, or how, if that is one we just want them to work directly with Sales Connect, because depending on the situation. But yes, you can't just toggle back and forth from high benefit when you need it to low, back to high, back to low, without the waiting periods kicking in.
These clients will play us, guys, and that's not what we want to do. But on another note, with this same thing, what if mom and dad have a plan and they don't have a kid insured, but now they want to add a kid to the plan? What's the best way to do that?
Sales Connect. Always go to Sales Connect. And we also have customer service, cs@ameritas.com. And they can help add someone to a plan in that situation, customer service. But between customer service, cs@ameritas.com, and Sales Connect@ameritas.com, anytime there's a adding or moving with plans, those are your two contacts to go to.
Okay, so we can add a kid.
Yeah, well, absolutely, absolutely.
If you add a kid,
they will follow their parents' benefit levels.
Perfect. Okay, that's going to be my second question. Okay, great. All right. Well, that answers that. Okay. Do the vision plans, or is it a 12-month or 24-month contract?
It would be a 12-month contract. The difference was just between 12 and 24, how often they're eligible for frames, lenses, and contacts. But all of they're 12-month contracts. And then after 12 months, if there's a potential for renewal, your client would receive a letter with any renewal information.
With you. Now, one thing I did get that was an upgrade to your all's agent portal is now we got access to ID cards.
Mm-hmm.
You know that?
Yep.
Okay. So what I had to do was resend that original email so that the insureds can go in there and create their account. But now on our agent portal with Ameritas, we have the ability to get an ID card and send it to them immediately. So that's a big plus. I like that, because that's a lot of my customer service calls is I need my ID card. So I'm like, great. Now I can grab.
Sorry. And this, you guys, this is something that will also come when Luis sends out the email. This is a tool for you. And this is our agent marketing site. So at the home page, if you scroll down on this page, and we've just updated the site, it's going to have any major updates that have last occurred, or any new memorable information that they want you to know about right away. Here are quick links. Find a health provider. So you click on this. Again, remember, go to the Classic Network for dental, in the Select and Choice for iMed and VSP. Claim forms here, plan brochures, how to contact Ameritas. So this is the home page. Agent resources. These are tools for you. This is information for you to understand just about Prime Star. Like, here's an FAQ, comparison form, state information, a lot of great information for you. Learning opportunities. I mean, you guys, look at this. Training videos. This is probably better than any Netflix series out there right now. Get a big bowl of popcorn, sit back and watch all these training videos. I can't think of anything more fun.
Yeah.
But they're short little videos on, how to copy, paste, and post, or just Sales Connect. A lot of resources. Share with clients. This information under here is all information that is forward facing for your clients. So now here's the total, this is alphabetical. I'm so used to total access value, but it's access total value. You push the button here and you can see here are the plans, and here's state specific plans. Here is for total, and then the value plan. In any state, you can see Connecticut, Illinois, New York. These are some state-specific plans, but now we have the same plans in Spanish right there, the highlight sheets. These are great sell sheets. And if you see a couple other plans here, like the Advantage, this would be a plan that is sold in the state of Washington. Not all 50 states are created equal, so we need to abide by each state's commissioner of insurance. And so that's why there's a few extra plans, I mean, for state specific. You have Choice Vision, Select Vision. Now this is the majority of what we sell, but in a few states, Massachusetts, Montana, Rhode Island, and Washington, there's an indemnity plan because they don't allow us to sell VSP and IMED in those states. And I will say the only one state we do not have both dental and vision is Maryland. We do not offer vision in Maryland. But again, here's your brochures in Spanish. And then if you want any information on just the importance of insurance, anything to continue, to be your client's trusted advisor, information that you can share, videos on how to visit, 4 reasons to visit the dentist, 4 things that can affect vision, a lot of resources. And this is all for you to just copy, paste, and post. You don't have to recreate the wheel. Here's pre-crafted social media. And I know a lot of people that will do this around open enrollment or annual enrollment. They'll put their unique URL shopping link in here and then post it. But a lot of just educational pieces. Up here, it's contact us. You can see if you forget, who to contact. Here's our sales team, Sales Connect, additional resources, all right here. But once you get appointed, you can create an account in the producer portal. And this is how you can register and get set up to view your book of business, commission statements, all of that. So again, I went through a lot of this really fast, but I hope that, you guys play around with this and don't ever be afraid to contact Luis. We email a lot. So if there's any questions, comments, concerns that you have, let's address them right away. I want you to feel comfortable, understand dental vision, believe in Ameritas, because I believe we can sell whatever we understand and feel confident in. So with that, any other questions, Luis? And I apologize. I had a lot.
No, you're great, guys. Let me just tell you, this is Sales Skills 101. When you're quoting, let's go Medicare first, and you're throwing in a med sup, and you got a premium of $120. Okay, bundle the dental in there. Go where you run it, know what it's going to cost, and then give that insured one price. Okay, and then you just tell them, hey, this is your med sup along with a dental plan. Okay, it's easier to put it as a package and offer it up front than it is for you to add it because they're already fixed on that first price. ACA is the same way, guys. When I get out there and I start quoting ACA, I run a bundle and I give them a bundle. I'm like, hey, this includes an entire package that most of my clients take. It includes medical and it includes dental. And here is your total price. If they don't want it, you can always take it away, but it's very, very hard for you to offer them one price and then upsell and add this later. Okay, so that's Sales Skills 101. The second thing is that from the people that don't purchase from me, I always think of this. When they tell me, no, I don't want dental, what they're telling me is they don't want it right now. They may want it later. So what I do is I have a CRM. I plug in my people into my CRM and I give them a tag. ACA only. Okay. If my system doesn't see a dental tag, what it does is it goes into a workflow that is going to email, text this insured over the course of a year. Hey, Mr. Insured, you don't have dental with us. You may want to consider it. And then what I do is in every email and text, I include my link. Now, I didn't even know, Lori, there was a QR code. So I kind of like that. So I'm going to be throwing out that QR code now quite a bit. And guys, I will tell you, I get enrollments and I have no idea where they're coming from. I'll ask my people, hey, who wrote so-and-so? And they're like, I don't get any responses. I'm like, all right, I guess somebody used my enrollment link and they enrolled. I still get my full commissions, which is great.
And Luis, I will add, I was in Minnesota last summer at a conference and I had someone come up to my table and he said, Lori, can I just tell you the best the best marketing tool I have ever used and utilized is I took out a plan for my spouse and myself, and we enrolled in the total plan in the VSP vision plan. And he said, when I meet with people, I share with them to say, well, here are, a couple plans, but here's the one my wife and I have. Here's the plan that my wife and I have. And he said, they don't always buy that day, but they will come back maybe 2 months later and say, we want dental and vision, but we want the plan that you and your wife have. They remember that. People don't remember what's the name of, what's total, what's access, what's value, but they remembered the plan that he and his wife had. And he said, I get paid commission on it. It's the cheapest marketing that I could utilize. Also, just like what Luis, what he mentioned, is there's a lot of people right now that are just circling back with people from AEP regarding dental vision, because you can sell dental vision 365, 24/7. There's not an open enrollment, closed enrollment date for dental and vision. You can constantly be selling it. And you can, target the 26-year-olds coming off their parents' plan, or retirees. There are some dental plans out there that have age limits of 65 or 70 or 72. Well, get that person, find out who they are, and give them credit for prior coverage. Or maybe a small business owner that doesn't want to offer a group plan, but give each employee a certain amount of money, kind of a benefit bank, that then they can enroll in whatever plan suits them. Or if you have connections with HR directors, you could go in to say, what do you do about those that terminate employment, or they retire, or they've exhausted COBRA, or they don't want a COBRA? There's just so many ways to market individual dental and vision. And the first step is just asking the question, are you interested in dental and vision? Here's the benefits, and how can I help you? So
worst thing is they say no, no big deal. We just roll on to the next one. One final question here from Mark. Do dentists file the claims for the client, or does the insured have to do it?
Mark, that's a great question. Anyone that goes to an Ameritas PPO network provider, part of being in our network is they have to file the claim on behalf of the member into Ameritas, and then we pay the dentist. And then that dentist just honestly has to bill the client what their portion is that they, that they owe for services. Now, if you go to someone out of network, if that out of network dentist is willing to file a claim into Ameritas on behalf of their client, Ameritas will process that claim and pay that out of network dentist. And then that dentist only has to bill the client what they owe as well. But I can't speak on behalf of all of out-of-network dentists, because I know that there are some that don't file any claims and the member has to do it. And then Ameritas would pay the member, not the dentist. But anyone going to a network provider, the dentist will file. So hopefully that helps.
Yep, that's normally the way it happens. Well, guys, all right. So we're a little out of time. A lot of information that we went over here, but doesn't mean that dental and vision have to be complicated, guys. That contracting link or the quoting link is super easy to work with. Once you select plans with a couple of more screenshots, like there's like where you confirm who's going to get enrolled, you confirm the address, you put payment information, and you submit. I mean, you can literally be done in minutes after you've selected the plan. So the Ameritas does make it very easy for us to enroll our clients. So take advantage of it. If you're not appointed with Ameritas, guys, get with me. Okay, down below, I'll be posting my information. Get with me and we'll get you set up with Ameritas. And Lori, thank you for being on today's call. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, everyone. I truly appreciate it. And I will say right now that we've had, looking at February right now, is probably our second greatest month ever in terms of dental and vision. So people are buying right now. Don't wait till open, AEP to start asking the question and becoming familiar with it. So, become familiar with it, ask the question. I'm here for you if you need anything. Thanks, Luis. I'm going to send you an email in a few minutes that you can share with everyone. Have a great day.
Okay, guys, y'all have a good one. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.